This is the perfect kind of example of a Trump supporter that I will not support and I will not meet halfway. Because this is someone who wants to skip the step of accountability. She voted for this man. She lost her job because she voted for this man.
So my MAGA mom, who watches Fox News nonstop, had her find out moment on Valentine's Day.
Another day in America, another day watching our closest neighbors fight back against the mess that we've created.
Something I cannot stop laughing about is the budget that was passed through the House, because yesterday morning there was a section that said, it was like right at the beginning, that said no taxes on tips. And that was like a big selling point, I think, for people. A lot of people, especially out here in Vegas that I talk to, are like, they're going to do no taxes on tips. This is great.
This FAFO season era doesn't look like it's going to be coming to an end anytime soon. I think it's something that's going to be lasting the whole of this administration. So guys, welcome to today's video. If you are new to this space, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, leave your thoughts in the comment section. And in today's video, we are going to be looking at various reactions to fucking around and finding out. So let's dive right into the video.
This is the perfect kind of example of a Trump supporter that I will not support and I will not meet halfway. Because this is someone who wants to skip the step of accountability. She voted for this man. She lost her job because she voted for this man. Yet she says she still supports this administration and wants to get her job back. She wants all of us to feel sorry for her that she lost her job. For all of us that said that this was going to happen, that warned her, to feel bad for her and skip the step of saying, hey, you did this. You're the cause of it. Now you have to deal with the consequences. No, she wants us all just to skip that part and just feel bad for her. She has not learned anything. She has not learned how her vote has caused her to lose her job, and she would rather have us feel bad for her than have us say to her, this is what you did. Take some accountability. Take some responsibility. She only speaks about how she's appealing for her job. Screw all the thousands of people that also lost their job right along with her, whether they voted for him or didn't vote for them. How is she fighting back for those people? This is the type of person that I say, you effed around and now you're finding out. And you deserve it. You deserve exactly what's happening to you. I don't know. What do you guys think? All my love.
So my MAGA mom, who watches Fox News nonstop, had her find out moment on Valentine's Day. She doesn't get out much. She has a lot of health problems, but she got herself together and they were going to go out to dinner at their favorite Mexican restaurant in town. However, when they got there, apparently it's been shut down for good. Shut down. So I said to her, because I know they were all Hispanic, and I know they all came from Mexico because the owner was extremely wealthy and he would go back from time to time to Mexico. It was a restaurant we'd gone out to, I'm going to go 30 years. You know, love it. Excellent food. And I said, you think it had anything to do with the fact that they were Hispanic and from Mexico?
What an irony. Mama loves to eat tacos. She loves to go eat the Mexican food and enjoy all but she forgot that the choice of her decision in the last election can make her miss this taco she's always eating. Now the restaurant is shut down and she's asking questions. Make that make sense to me.
Another day in America, another day watching our closest neighbors fight back against the mess that we've created. After President Putin Poodle declared Mexican drug cartels terrorist organizations, Mexico President and Queen of the Americas, Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo, hit back with some top-tier malicious compliance, saying, well, okay, if Mexican drug cartels are terrorist organizations, then those that are arming them should be terrorist supporters, right? And since 74% of weapons used by the cartels in Mexico are supplied by, you guessed it, the US, turns out we are the biggest suppliers and supporters of violence in Mexico. Whoops. Don't worry, she isn't just all talk though. She's walking the walk too. Proposing constitutional reforms to crack down on foreign arms traffickers into Mexico. This is what happens when Republicans spout tough on crime rhetoric without thinking about the consequences. The US has spent decades flooding Mexico with weapons and then pretending to be shocked when weapons are used for violence. Now, Mexico is holding up the mirror, and Republicans don't like the reflection of themselves. And you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing some more of this malicious compliance. Let's try to see Republicans and conservatives and MAGA get mad at Mexico for following the rules, though I'm sure they'll try. As we say here in America, you fuck around, you find out.
You see these Mexican presidents? Number one, she's a female. She's not just a female, she's a strong and courageous woman. She's got guts. I like the fact that she's standing to anything that is being brought up by the American president. Like, she gives it back to him. She doesn't care whatever he's saying. She's always there. She's giving back her reactions and she's coming out to say this and that. I love that about her so much. In summary, she's just someone that does not feel intimidated by any manpower.
Something I cannot stop laughing about is the budget that was passed through the House, because yesterday morning there was a section that said, it was like right at the beginning, that said no taxes on tips. And that was like a big selling point, I think, for people. A lot of people, especially out here in Vegas that I talk to, are like, they're going to do no taxes on tips. This is great. It was on there until you went to bed. And in the middle of the night, they were like, take that shit off there. Get rid of that. And then they voted it through. Your budget bill does not have no taxes on tips anymore. You will be taxed on your tips. Gotcha!
Just a big shout out to all of my Republican congressmen for passing this budget through. Now we were not going to be paying no tax on tips. We're not going to be paying no tax on our Social Security. I mean, we finally getting what we voted for, y'all. Woohoo! What? Oh, so there will be tax on tips still? And also on Social Security? But we're going to save so much money in tax. Oh, just the billionaires. What the fuck? That's not what we voted for.
That was so funny. I hope you got the sarcasm in that particular clip.
So MAGA women are in the find out stage right now because they're finding out that MAGA men basically use them for their anti-abortion sentiments and their hate against other women to get the bills passed they needed to, remain in that MAGA man power, misogynistic type of mindset. And now they're saying, hey, you guys did your part, but now we want you out because women shouldn't be in leadership, right? So all of this talk about feminism, right, and how bad it is and whatnot, MAGA women have dug themselves a fucking grave because now they used you. They used you. They used you to push this anti-feministic, anti-abortion, anti-women, right, rhetoric, and now they want you out. So feminism got you the role, right, that you used to just completely demolish your own self, right? So now go back in the kitchen and go make your husband some food.
Well. Now, I just got back in the house, honey. I was outside going to check the mail and was on the phone talking to someone, honey, in my local area. And look, I got my damn sunglasses. I still got my glasses on. And look, let me tell you something, baby. Oh, this is good tea. This is good FAFO tea, honey, because it concerns the construction industry, baby. Yes, I got FAFO tea on the construction industry, honey. Yes, particularly locally. Yes, out of their very own mouths. Voter regret, baby. Yes, you see, it just so happens I know a lot of people in the construction industry. And sometimes these people are on job sites. And sometimes they hear things. Yes, and they run back and tell me immediately, honey. And it just so happens that a particular lumber company, which happens to be a very large lumber company down here in the South on the Gulf Coast, was called yesterday to come retrieve some of their lumber packages and trim packages for some new construction that's going down. You see, there's a particular construction company that's gotten rather big over the last few years here on the Gulf Coast, especially after those hurricanes ravaged Panama City. Yes, their stock exploded. They were building houses here, there, and everywhere, baby. Labor was cheap, honey, cheap, and they were throwing up houses everywhere. It just so happens that this particular builder, now I will not name names, but we can play a little game of Horton, Here's a Who, and maybe DR2. Yes, they're building a neighborhood right around the corner from me, baby. Yes, and it's come to a screeching halt and their lumber has been seized. It turns out, according to the people who actually own and run the lumber company, that they were told to come pick up their lumber and trim packages because there is no one around to build the houses. Yes, straight from their mouths, they said they voted for Daddy Dumpy Pants, and all this silly little ICE stuff that he's doing has cut into their workforce. Even their workers who aren't illegal but are immigrants are scared to come to work. He has no one to build his homes. Yes. And according to those who actually run the lumber company, the price of lumber is about to skyrocket, honey. Yes, they were talking about how they might even take a loss on what they had to take back. Yes, it's not even worth what it was paid for before it had to come back to the store. Whew, baby. Yes. Fuck around and found out indeed, baby. Yes. Whew, honey.
Another group that's likely regretting their almost unanimous support for Trump is farmers. So check this out.
Well, it'll certainly be an economic hit to Kansas farmers in a time when they're already struggling. Commodity prices are at an all-time low, and farmers are struggling. Their input costs are high, meaning their fertilizer, chemical, seed. Those input costs are at all-time highs. But the market price for the commodities that they're growing are at all-time lows. So this is just one more hit in a time where farmers don't need any more uncertainty added to an already difficult time.
So that video was an interview. It was regarding funding that Trump cut for something called the Food for Peace program. So evidently, we subsidize Kansas farmers who provide food to this program. And now that appears to be on the chopping block. Remind me again of how Kansas voted how Kansas voted in the election. Yeah, pretty sure they went for Trump.
So the FAFO season has come to stay. It's not going anytime soon, because tell me how you will know that this particular person you're voting into power, his policies are going to be affecting your business and you ended up making that choice. Now you're regretting it. You have your construction work going on, your staff, your workers are not coming to work because they are undocumented, and you know these guys are very, very cheap labor for you. You end up making that choice. Now these guys are not coming to work. Now your job cannot move on. And for the farmers, they are feeling the heat. There are no people to pick the vegetables, no people to pick the fruits. Those things are very expensive in the stores right now. Broccoli, vegetables, everything is expensive. Let's not even go where the eggs are. Eggs are super, super expensive right now. The signs were there, the warnings were there, but these people chose not to listen. And for the women that also voted against their body rights, I'm sure they are also going to be feeling the heat. Probably when they find themselves in conditions where they are carrying babies that they do not want, babies that are having life-threatening conditions and all that, they will start regretting their votes too. So guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you've watched up to this point, then it means you found this video interesting. Kindly click on the subscribe button, like the video, share, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we are going to see in the next one. Bye bye.